What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. Now with this video, we're jumping into Robin issue number 6. And if you haven't been keeping up with this line, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with this tournament style Robin. And what we have seen is Damian Wayne entering a tournament for immortality. And with all the festivities now coming to a close, we're about to enter into round 1. And with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into issue number 6, we're picking up with round 1, Robin versus the Blue Shrike. And of course, he's excited about this fight because Nightwing embarrassed his brother. And so not only is he fighting for immortality, he is fighting for his brother's honor as well. But that's not the only fight that is going on. Right now, simultaneously, all over, everybody is doing their fight. But of course, the quickest one to get through round 1 is freaking Damian, because with Blue Shrike coming in and charging at him, Robin sidesteps him and snaps his freaking neck. In a matter of seconds, round 1 is completely done with. And with Damian's breakfast being done, he wants some lunch. And this is where we see Tengu, his round number 2. And we see Tengu go in. He's slicing left and right. He's doing everything he can to take him out. And with him charging in, Damian is able to knock the sword out of his hand and knock it directly into Tengu's face. And just like that, he has gone through his first 2 rounds, ending these guys like they are absolutely nothing. And of course, Damian, he's ready for his next one. He's ready to go on to round 3. But Mother Soul lets him know that he needs to take a break. Everybody else is still working on their first round. Everybody else is enjoying the fight. They're enjoying the battle. While Damian, he's not really enjoying himself in that aspect. He wants to get through as many people as fast as he can. And so Mother Soul, she tells him to take a break, to take this opportunity and watch the other fights, to see how they fight, to see what you are going to be going up against. And so with him going to sit down, he watches some of the fights. He watches as Flatline rips out the heart of somebody. And with her match being done, they sit down and they talk about what else is going on. We see the individual named Drench take care of Draken. We see Double XL completely stomp out Raptor. Ravager completely choking out the pro wrestler. And of course Hawk taking down Johnny Fist. But the fight that they are currently watching is Black Swan and Double Dare, really analyzing how they fight, seeing how they have skill, where they're lacking, where they are vulnerable. Now, of course, both Flatline and Damian, they don't really see either of these individuals as the true threat here. The individual they're keeping their eye on is Respawn. As he is currently taking on Jiro, we are seeing Respawn, he has great skill, but he uses his weapons to keep his enemy at a distance. That is where he is comfortable fighting. That is his biggest skill, but his greatest downfall. Because that means that his close game, in close quarters, he is not nearly as confident as he is at a distance. And that is going to be what they exploit. And as these two sit down and discuss everything that is going on, Damian has to ask the question, why do you work for Lord Deathman? Wondering if it's her father or something of that nature. She gives us a little bit of understanding to her backstory, saying that all her life, she was drawn to death, being born with the power to absorb the skills of other people as they lay there dying. She believes that has something to do with it. But as she was growing up, her parents didn't know what to do about this. They didn't know how to accept her. They were terrified of who she is. They were terrified of the power that she had. They believed that she was simply broken. And so needing guidance, she sought out Lord Deathman, asked him to show her the ways of death, to be her mentor, And so because of her powers, he believed that it was best that she go to this tournament, that each individual that she defeated, she would become more powerful. And she admits that he's a weird and sometimes even frustrating individual, but over time, he has become something of kind to her. And sometimes she feels like she is training him. But as they move on to another subject, talking about what's really going on this island, this is where we see Hawk and Ravager. They both come up and they're saying the same thing. Seeing these two, talking underneath the bleachers, keeping it secret. All of them are smart enough to understand that whatever Mother Soul is doing, there is much more that she is not telling everybody. And Damian reveals that he understands there's something going on. Something with that book she is carrying around. It appears that they're doing some kind of experiments. They just have no proof on it as it stands. And right now, as it stands, everybody is a little skeptical of each other, with Ravager ratting Damian out, having essentially the entire Bat family try to come rescue them. With Hawk attempting to kill him, they're not sure if they can even conjoin forces long enough to be able to solve what's going on. But in the midst of their conversation, this is where we see one of Respawn's weapons come and almost take them the freak out. And really, Respawn, he's just come to gloat in their faces, to let them know that none of them are gonna win, that he has every intention of walking away with some immortality. But he also shows them the harsh reality of what is about to transpire, because the time is going to come when all of you are going to have to choose whether or not you want to kill your friends. And this is when we're taken to a little bit later, and round 3 is about to begin. As everyone takes their places, one of the 8 remaining will be granted some immortality. And in this round, we have Robin versus Respawn, Hawk versus XXL, Flatline versus the Drenched, and Black Swan versus Ravager. And we see in an instant, the fights break out all over the place. But the fight that we are focusing on is Robin and Respawn. As Respawn, he goes in full force, throwing everything he has at Robin, but Robin is dodging everything he's throwing. And he's doing this tactically. He's doing this very smart because he wants to place him in a certain position. And once Respawn gets in that spot, he allows Respawn to take a hit on him. In doing this, it knocks him back, almost hitting Mother Soul. It knocks her book down to the ground. And in all the commotion, we see him get up and he takes off running, with Respawn in hot freaking pursuit behind him. Now Respawn, he knows when somebody is letting him win. The only thing is, he doesn't understand what Robin is doing. He doesn't understand why he is doing this. And as Respawn starts to catch up, he finds Robin on a cliffside. And Damian did this as a distraction. He needed to be able to get his hands on that book. And that's exactly what he did. And as he stands on this cliff, he reads this book, because he's been studying the Lazarus tattoos and language. He's been practicing and learning how to read it. And he knows that there is some kind of answer in here, some idea of what she is planning. And as he reads deeper, as he reads further into the book, it all becomes clear to him. The revelation hits him, believing it to be completely impossible, with Respawn attacking him from behind. That is where this issue will end. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I figure it's about freaking time. It only took 6 issues, but we are finally diving into the tournaments. And while the first couple of rounds, they went relatively quick. Honestly, all the rounds are going really quickly. But that's because we're starting to discover the underlining story here, the story that has been hidden from us. What is truly going on this island? What is the purpose of what Mother Soul is doing? Could it be possible that they are trying to rise the demon? But all in all, I have to say, I really enjoyed this. The artwork was amazing. The dialogue, it was okay. It wasn't, something super deep or anything of that nature. But in the context of this comic, it fit very well. And seeing Robin just take out his first 2 rounds, It truly does show just how much of an awesome fighter he is, how well trained Batman has trained him over the years. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. And until the next breakdown.